and let us all do we can to build a better future.
And of course, Fox News, being Fox News, had her back on again. And Tezlyn Figaro asked why conservatives only try to court a few percent of black vote instead of offering a real policy to help them. And Varney asked if she's a socialist, reparations, and more. In my opinion, reparations is buying votes, to which she says, well, then buy them. Buy them. Buy the votes. Let's play this video. Shout out again to Case Study QB. Let's play it, because I think it's important that we hear this about the importance of, hey, if you're running for an office, you need to convince everyone that you are the better of the candidates, and that goes for everyone. What are you willing to do to improve people's lives?
Now, we've told you how Biden has been losing support among black voters. Watch this again, please. Well,
Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Trump.
Donald Trump. Why? Because he keeps it real. Even though if he hates people, he's going to let you know, but he still won't get the job done.
I love Donald Trump. Bring back Uncle Trump.
Bring him back?
Yeah, we need to see stimulus.
All right, that was actually pretty funny. Uncle Trump. Boy, that must be an awkward Thanksgiving dinner.
What do you think about Joe Biden? He's tired.
What has he done for us so far? We're in inflation.
He calls it shrinkflation.
Oh, where's it shrinking at?
How are you going to say that you're going to do this and do that for all the people, and then you go back on your word?
How is Joe Biden doing for the country?
Well, one conservative group named Building America's Future is trying to drive black voters even further away from Biden. Political analyst Tezlyn Figaro joins me now. Tezlyn, how exactly does your group plan to detach voters from Biden?
Well, that's not my group. Let me be clear about that. That's certainly not my group, but I am here to have the...
Come on, Varney. You should know better. Excuse me. Let me try it again. Come on, Varney. Come on, Varney. You should know better. Do some research on your guests before you do anything else. Come on. Come on.
Conversation. And I think it's really interesting, Varney, that conservative groups continue to keep focusing on the weakness of the Democrat Party. I think it would probably behoove you if Republicans and conservatives believe that conservatism is the way. Why do they not talk about the strengths of the party? Why do they always have to wait to peel off 1 or 2% of the voters? Why are they not pulling themselves up by the bootstraps and talking about all the good things that they believe are on the other side of the party? Why not highlight advocates like Sonny Johnson, who's a serious conservative, instead of just highlighting the clowns? Why not invest the same way that they do in the Hispanic community by opening up 30 centers to actually have a conversation instead of just talking about how bad the Democrat Party is? Republicans do it as well. Republicans only talk about how bad Democrats are. Democrats talk about how bad Trump is. Black people really are interested in having the conversation with those who feel like they have the best to offer. And I think this is quite lazy, to be honest with you.
I'm sure you saw this. The Reparations Commission in Boston demanded $15 billion in reparations for black Americans. A member of the commission says the city must, quote, fully commit to writing checks since its wealth was built on slavery. Tezlyn, look, in my position...
So here we go. This is what Varney's going to say. I know I'm not trying to sound racist, but I'm not going to be racist, but I'm not going to sound bigoted, but...
My opinion is that is buying votes, buying black votes. What say you?
So good, buy them. And let's start with 15 billion for starters. Actually, reparationist expert Sandy Darity said 17 trillion is actually the real number. So if they want to buy votes, then yeah, we're here to cash the check and accept it, because not only is it's not buying votes, it's actually paying back a debt that is due. And once again, taking the lazy way out. Let's have the real conversation about reparations. You mentioned South Carolina. Let's talk to Marcel Dixon, who's running for Congress in South Carolina. Let's talk to advocates like Tariq Nasheed. Let's talk to advocates like Jade Harold. Let's talk to organizations like Be the Power, who are talking about this on a daily basis, who, by the way, they're not fans of Democrats, by the way. So I think the conversation is long overdue. So if they want to buy votes and want to pay back black folks with their old, then we're here to cash the check. I know the listeners don't want to hear that, but we're here for it.
Did you used to work for Bernie Sanders?
Yes, I sure did. I was.
Yes. So in other words, are you a socialist? Are you a communist? Are you a Marxist? Are you a Leninist?
His racial justice director
in
2016.
Are you a socialist?
Are you a socialist? Are you a bloody well socialist? Do you bloody well condemn Hamas? Are you a socialist? Are you part of the Communist Party here in the United States of America?
You're a socialist?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have I own a staffing firm with 300 employees. I served in this country as a veteran. I have been nothing but a for-profit organization. I was his racial justice director, and so I challenged issues on race, including Bernie Sanders. I actually challenged him and called the entire progressive movement a racist movement. So, no, not a socialist. I'm a businesswoman just like you. In fact, I won U.S. Department of Commerce Entrepreneur of the
So, Steve Varney, you got to shut your mouth. I bet you were hoping, like, are you a socialist? Are you a communist? Bloody hell. Bloody good show. You know, he's hey, Varney, take it easy, man. The Red Scare was many decades ago.
year, just
Okay.
last year. Not a
Tezlyn,
socialist at all.
Tezlyn, thank you very much for being with us this morning. We appreciate your point of view. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You know what that is? It's code for, okay, I want her off my show. I don't want her to educate my audience any further. I don't want her to make me look stupid. Varney, you had a chance to have a very engaging conversation with somebody who was being extremely critical was the Democratic Party, extremely critical was the progressives trying to reform the Democratic Party. And what do you go for? It's like, oh, you're buying off votes. Oh, are you a socialist? Oh, you're part of Bernie Sanders' campaign. Varney, see, here's the thing. And I keep on bringing this up. The Democratic Party and Republican Party are one the same. If the Republican Party really was smart, they'd be jumping on board and, I don't know, maybe implementing policies that would benefit people. But see, they can't do that because it's a game. It's a show that's put on to trick American voters. See, the Democrats have that shiny neoliberal mask that says, oh, we'll fight for all the social justice things, and the Republican politicians, to be fair, not voters, big difference between the voters and the politicians, but the Republican politicians in turn put on the mask of being the obstacle, the people who will stop it. But at the end of the day, it's all about maintaining power. It's one big kabuki show. If there was actually individuals who were free thinkers and people who wanted to benefit not only their party, but the people and get voters to support them, they'd be following and supporting populist policies, such as Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, investing into our infrastructure, ending these unnecessary wars. But they won't do that. Now, I do want to pull up something else here as well. And that is for the fact that as the Democrats, as the politicians constantly keep on trying to put on this mask of saying that they care about the social issues, you have to remember that as the months go on social media, you'll see all the sycophants associated with the Democratic Party try to put their political weight and power onto unsuspecting voters or voters that are right now in between choosing either to vote or not vote. And they want to keep on saying, oh, if you vote Democrat, they're going to care about black issues. If you really care about these other social issues, you'll vote for Democrats. And they'll try and impose their beliefs and, yes, even go that one step further, bullying people and shaming them into thinking that if they don't vote Democrat, they're no better than Donald Trump. It's going to be very interesting to see just what overall the voter enthusiasm will be for both parties and how the election night in November will play out. No matter what happens, the top 1% will have a seat at the table. But as for voters, no matter where you stand politically, the color of your skin, or who you worship, our real power doesn't come from electoral politics. It's going to have to come from citizen ballot initiatives and the fight to make all 50 states, citizen ballot initiative states. So we actually fight for policies that will make our lives better. So we don't have to rely on these politicians, be it at the state level or the federal level. The power can come from us, as it always should have been.